commencement, beginning, something new or fresh. It all starts now. For many of us, we look upon this day and see it as the end of Tomball High School, the end of our high school lives. Really, the end of our lives as kids. But we should think of this day as a beginning. After all, that's what it is. The beginning of our new lives, with new towns, new people, new memories to be made, new opportunities, chances to grow and earn our way up. For all of us, no matter what path we take, today marks the beginning of our lives as adults. See, there's the problem. That's why we want to see today as an end and not a beginning, because it's scary. It's easy to dwell in the bittersweet sadness that is giving up high school. What's hard is to think of today as a beginning. As children, we made mistakes all the time. It was no big deal. Even as teenagers, we continue to make mistakes. I mean, these are the years when it's best to. We still have time to turn them around, to grow from them. But starting new lives as adults, moving on, looking to the future, the uncertain, ever-changing future, that's kind of scary. Our mistakes made a few years down the road aren't so easy to turn around. Our choices made a few years down the road affect the people around us a lot more than they do now. But don't worry, this beginning is a good thing. It really is. Because so many doors have just been opened up to you. So many opportunities to learn new things, to meet new people, to grow as a person, to make an impact. They've all just been opened up to you as an adult. And you're prepared for that. You're prepared to take advantage of all those chances because of what you've learned during high school. They've taught us how to face adversity, to be the better person, to show others what it means to be the pride of Texas. Really? It all starts now. Thinking back to when we were just kids and answered with starry eyes that we one day dreamed of being an astronaut or doctor, or firefighter, policeman, when a well-meaning adult asked us the timeless question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, my friends, we have indeed grown up. The time has come, this is it. It is no longer what we want to be, rather now it is what we are going to be. It's up to us now. As children, we would dream of our future. Well, now it's time to make it a reality. Because everything up to here has been, for the most part, set in stone. We all started off at elementary school, then we moved on to intermediate school, junior high, to high school. It's been pretty much the same for all of us. But now is when it changes, when all of our paths fork, go different ways. Our childhood dreams, for the first time, are in our hands. We have the power to develop our lives to fulfill those dreams, or to develop and fulfill new ones. So what are you going to do with this new opportunity? Do not disappoint your childhood self by letting your dreams fall short. We all saw the world as a place of limitless opportunities because we were children. They look at things differently. We looked at things differently. We saw what we wanted to be and knew we could achieve it. We had an unbreakable faith in ourselves and in our aspirations. And believe me, that faith is still there. You can still do what you set out to as a kid. Astronaut, doctor, firefighter, policeman. Times have changed, we all know that. But we all have the equivalent of those dreams with us today. I want to encourage you all to not be afraid. You can still achieve your dreams, whatever they may be these days. Also, do not lower those dreams because of laziness or intimidation. As children, rarely did we cast away an idea because it was too much trouble. If we wanted something, we got it. There is a song that goes, I always knew I'd never reach perfection, and if I ever did, then I wasn't trying hard enough. We all know we can never reach perfection, but if we settle, if we let our dreams fall short, and we think we have reached perfection, we're not really trying. And it is not in the cougar spirit to give up and quit trying. That same spirit that lives within you and me from now on. Because even though we often found ourselves laughing at some of our school's cheesy sayings, hating the dress code or cell phone policies. We were truly blessed in attending Tomball High School. If you look around to some of the other schools in our area, it's not uncommon to see kids scared to go to school because of violence. But at Tomball, we never worried about that because we're a family, a group of kids from countless backgrounds, brought together from both sides of the school district as the last united class before it split in half. We have grown together as brothers and as sisters. We are strengthened by each other's successes, such as the baseball team's victory last night at the state championship. We would do anything for one another, and we are always willing to stand up for each other against the struggles of the world. Now, because we have grown so close together, it would be really hard to focus on the loss of all our relationships with each other. That's why we're going to think of it a little differently. Commencement is a beginning, not an end, right? So why think of this as an end to these relationships? It is said that every person you have come into contact with is reflected in your personality. So somehow you have been stamped by all your friends sitting around you. These relationships, therefore, are not ending because these people will be with you as you carry on in your lives. As we carry on, we will begin our new lives as one, intertwined as a family, having left our permanent mark on each other. Let's begin together. On an average day this past January, a kind man from California put it in our heads that our lives are better than good, solely because of the education and family we have had at Tomball High School. He also left us with a simple but powerful notion, the question, who did you help today? These ideas remain in our heads, along with countless other things we have learned through our years here, shaping us into the people we are today. Whether we like it or not, Tomball will be a part of who we are as we move on in our lives into this beginning, this commencement. As we move on from today, who will you help? Will you remember that you are better than good? Will you show everyone that you are the pride of Texas in the new relationships you make? We have all had people contribute to who we are today. Will you leave a positive mark on all those who you come into contact with in your future? I want to tell y'all a story about someone who left a mark on me. About 7 months ago, I was getting ready for bed when my mom walked into my room and with tears on her face told me that my grandfather had passed away. The last time I had seen him, I had it in my mind that I would never see him again, but now those thoughts became concrete. We visited him in a nursing home. Having suffered a stroke, he was really only halfway there on his best day. But despite his handicap, we shared this exchange as I left that day. I said, "Goodbye, Grandpa." He replied, "Bye, buddy. Best of luck to you in all that you do." I said, "Thank you. I love you." He said, "I love you too, buddy." That day, I said goodbye to my grandpa for the last time. Those were the last words we will ever speak to each other. For some of you here, I will truly never see you again. For some, I will. But for all of you, this will be the last time we see each other as high schoolers. So as my last words to all of you before we graduate proudly, as the Tomball High School class of 2013, best of luck to you in all that you do. And I love you guys.